What's up, you guys? Forrest here with the FoCo Flow Show. If you're new to the channel, one of the things I set out to do with the channel is to highlight the awesome trails, mountain biking we have here in Virginia and the surrounding areas, especially with the George Washington National Forest. And no better way to do that than to spend 100 miles out there with the SM100 here in 2020. Happy to report that I got it done, crossed the finish line in 15 hours and 3 minutes. So we got a lot to highlight in today's video. We're gonna hop right to it. Make sure if you're enjoying the content to like and subscribe. Let's go find that flow. The SM100 weekend started off with this beautiful drive into the George Washington National Forest in the Stokesville area, right outside of Mount Solon, Virginia, on Friday afternoon with the wife and 2 kids, with our plan to have some fun at the Stokesville campground, camp Friday night into Saturday, and then send the family home Saturday afternoon so that my buddy Jim and I could get a good night's sleep Saturday night to get ready for the race on Sunday morning. The Stokesville campground is awesome. Lots of great activities for playing down in the North River. They've got a playground, a fishing pier, trails that run all the way through the campground. So highly recommend it. Anytime that they are open, you can reach out to them and register. So you hang a left around the iconic Stokesville Depot house here right before the steel bridge. Head up in and check in at the gate. Make sure you're registered, and then you select a campsite from whatever is available. The check-in process was pretty straightforward. We're wearing masks and trying to practice social distancing. And again, the overall event was a little smaller this year than what I understand previous years has been, but overall had a great experience getting checked in and getting base camp set up, which you see here. Plenty of good campsites available, and hot showers and running water, and they got this awesome wide open field with a playground for the kids, and getting set up for the finish line of the SM100, which you see here. So they ran the 100K race on Saturday, which is different than this year. At the end of the day, around 6 o'clock, we were able to get ready and register for the 100-miler and get 4 drop bags set up at the different aid stations that we wanted. I had 2 different spicy Italian subs as my secret weapon, lights for aid station 5, knowing it was going to take me a long time to finish the 100 miles, and got everything going for that 5 a.m. wake-up call to get ready for race day on Sunday.
Will not get the service that you have hopefully come accustomed to at this event, which is like rub downs, bags handed you. You're gonna have to pick up your own bag, and at aid station 26 you might be using it again, so put it back on the ground in the order. It'll make it easier for you to find it where you picked it up from. Crazy. Alright, roll out. Third one. Okay, the great escape. We love you guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll on! Woo-hoo! Yeah, guys, have fun. All right.
And finally, at 6:35, my wave was off and running out of the campground, and the race towards 100 miles has begun. Just know that if you're not trying to win the thing, there's going to be a lot of adrenaline pumping, a lot of cross-country racers, a lot faster than me, trying to get ahead and beat the pack. I was not worried about that. I was sort of taking it easy, trying to control my heart rate, my enthusiasm, because I knew I had a long day ahead.
Jim, all right.
Once we got off the road and heading towards Narrowback Mountain on Forest Road 536 by Bear Trap, we're on the backside of Narrowback. A lot of the faster riders kept passing me as my buddy Jim caught up with me, and we just sort of pedaled along the gravel, trying to keep pace, getting ready for that first climb up to Narrowback Mountain. After about 10 or so miles, you hang a left onto the dirt, single track of the actual Narrowback Trail. This is the trail that's a decent climb. There's a couple steep pitches, but nothing too crazy. That takes you up to the first sort of summit. We'll call it Narrowback Mountain, and then we start down the good stuff on Tillman West.
So you picked a pandemic to make your comeback.
I know, right? Yeah. Had to do one thing like good in 2020.
Hey, I'm with you there.
Nobody had a 29er tire. So actually
Phew.
So once we reach the summit of the Narrowback Trail, we hang a left on the Tower Trail, which flows around the ridge. It climbs a little, and then you start the super fun and fast descent on Tillman West, which is an absolute blast. It gets you all the way back down to Aid Station 1. So here's a longer clip of some of the flowy downhill that we all traverse kind of in a big pack getting down the mountain.
I'm decent.
what?
I'm okay.
Can we go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If I,
Hold on.
yeah.
On my left, right here.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. You too? Yeah. Thanks, sir.
Water bottle.
That's me.
Got it, okay.
I'm glad it's on the trail.
Yeah. A light and a bottle, dang. Woo, baby. Yeah. Nah, don't sweat it. Just tight through the rest of this. You're good. Yeah, man. We got a few more miles left in the race. Just a couple. Just a couple. I don't know. I've never done a century before. You tell me.
Me neither.
So as we come to the bottom of Tillman West, we've got a little bit of a creek crossing to get across. Keep the feet dry if you can, and Aid Station 1 is there for some quick help.
Oh, dang.
And then we get on the Tillman gravel to pedal all the way to Briary Branch up the road and get to the Lynn Trail. So we'll skip through here, check out the aid station, and then we will keep pushing on as I link up with Jim and get ready for the next section.
Better than going swimming. Oh man, that's in my other bottle.
Yeah, filling up the mood. Good day. Good.
All right, round 2. Get after it.
Do this tomorrow too. You guys.
We're just gonna keep going.
All weekend. Time to eat.
That's it, baby.
Hey, nice job.
Thanks, man. Oh, is this it? Yeah, I think so.
So the Lynn Trail starts out as a fairly mellow climb with a switchback or two, but then it starts to head uphill a little bit more steeply, and then it gets even rockier after another switchback. We were on this for quite a while, and then I linked up with a group with a guy that was talking about quantum physics and string theory, and I about poked my eyes or eardrums out so I didn't have to hear it. But here's a little piece of it for your listening pleasure.
Alan Turing proved that the universal language is the language that computers talk in the 30s. For what that's worth. And then my graduate grandfather extended it in the 50s. Okay, so you want to talk about the theory of infinity?
Like this climb?
Okay, so because
We're in the theory of infinity right now.
so here's the f***ed up shit, right? So our language defines the language, right? And because of that, you can mathematically prove the liar's paradox to be true, which is the sentence that I'm currently saying is false. And it blows all sorts of shit up.
This conversation went on for no less than 15 minutes. We got to the top of the Lynn Trail in Wolf intersection and found out that no one knew that guy. Don't know how, or maybe that's just how he survived the climb, and more power to you, bud. Anyways, let's skip to the descent down Wolf Ridge.
There's a point along.
Make sure your socks on.
Just touching it. You okay?
Taking some electric.
Yep.
Quick reminder, Wolf Ridge is mostly downhill, but not completely downhill. There's a couple of little short, punchy hike-a-bikes, but once you get past maybe the halfway mark, it does flow all the way downhill with some really good IMBA purpose-built flow. So after making it down, Wolf definitely felt some quad twinge, had to shake it out, and then Tillman rode and gravel all the way back and around to pulling into aid station 2 here. So we got set up, but they didn't have my sub in this drop bag. I don't know what happened. So So anyways, was able to eat a pro bar and fuel up as quickly as I can with water and body armor, which is my sort of secret weapon for these long trips, and then get back on the road for a long,
89.
slow slog up Hankey Mountain to get to the Dowells draft descent. It's worth mentioning that the aid stations were fully stocked with a bike mechanic. You can't really see it here, but a guy was getting his drivetrain replaced with a spare bike, and then a little bit of humor where there was a wedding to the right. I didn't see the wedding. So here we are on the gravel and heading up to the left-hand turn to start the climb up Hankey Mountain. Not much to see there. I've done other videos on this exact route, so let's skip to the top where we get to the summit of Hankey Mountain and we start to bomb down to the Dowells draft section all the way down to aid station 3.
I knew it was going to be an issue when the first leg to the lookout corner took that long. I was like, oh gosh, we're only halfway. Ready? Come on, let me go by. Thanks, buddy. Woo, a little loose. Woo. You lose the chain. Woo!
I'll let you go. I gotta put the chain.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, baby. buddy. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, shit. God, how'd that happen?
So it might be kind of hard to see here, but on my way down the Dowells draft descent, and you're in that flexed position for a significant amount of time, I didn't realize my shoe had come untied and gotten sucked up on the backside of the cassette between the wheel. When I noticed it coming down, I immediately hopped off the bike, flexing my quads, and both legs cramped super bad, and then I tried to figure out an awkward way to get off the bike and get off the trail and pedal backwards and mess with this until we were able to get it untangled. Luckily, it wasn't more complicated than this, but not a high point of the ride where I had to figure out how to loosen up the bike and the legs, and then get to aid station 3 where I saw all my buddies from the Shenandoah Bicycle Company, where I bought the Ritmo from, Thomas and the team, and tried to recover for the next leg of the ride.
I haven't had a chance to figure out how that even...
Oh, I bet your damn lace came off and got in it.
All right. Whew. All right.
So here's the scene at aid station 3 where we were trying to recover, fuel up, and get back on the road over to Bridge Hollow, where we ran into some dude that had a tough crash and needed medical attention, which had some interesting excitement to the stop.
You're doing great.
Hold it down. Hold it down. Hold it down. I'm going to clean up the other part of his arm. Down. Pointing it down.
But once they sent him off on his way, I think possibly to go pedal to the road to get to the hospital, we left the aid station 3, hit the road on 250, got all the way over to Mountain House, which you see here, and got ready for hike a bike up, and then the fun Bridge Hollow climb down, or not climb down, but ride down. So morale is getting a little bit low here. At this point in the ride, my rear end had gotten raw from riding. I forgot to put chamois butter on the pads, riding pads, and now things were starting to get pretty serious in terms of pain, but pushing forward, not slowing down, just going slow.
Alrighty. Wet, as wet can be. Pretty though. All right, shoes soggy. Okie dokie. Here's our hike bike, and we're hiking. So that's okay.
So here on Bridge Hollow, this climb up was actually one of the more pivotal, challenging sections of the race for me. We're halfway through, and this is one of the last true single-track climbs that we have, and it goes on for what felt like forever, probably because we're at mile 53. Slow and steady, lots of little loose rock gardens to traverse to get up to the Bald Ridge intersection in a fun, flowy downhill. So if you're on this point in the trail, just take it easy. Keep moving and get to the good flow that you have here coming up on Bald Ridge.
Woo! Done this before, but I think only once. It's a lot of this, I think. Oop, I don't remember it being terribly technical, but 50-some miles in, don't want to make any dumb mistakes. Yeah, try to float up a little bit. I'm gonna vomit. Whoop. Feel my fingers, they're numb. Not good. This kind of stuff. Oh. Come on, get down.
So once you get to the bottom of Ball Ridge, there's a swampy section that you navigate around Braley Pond to aid station 4 around mile 58. Hung around here for about 20 minutes waiting for Jim. He was slowing up a little bit here. Eventually made the decision to hit the road with a couple of guys that we would connect with for the remainder of the ride. Starting to gravel out of aid station 4 and up what is effectively the death climb. It's an 18-mile segment to aid station 5 out to the West Virginia border and up to those killing fields you've seen me do in a previous video. Things were getting really dark in a very dark place here, trying to pedal, but my rear end hurt so bad that it literally hurt to pedal, kind of intervaling up out of the saddle and down in a slow, arduous traverse to aid station 5.
This dude is not stopping. Ugh. But everything else is tired and hurts too.
There's no real tip or trick for surviving a death climb. It's just mental fortitude, controlling your effort levels, enjoying the occasional overlook where you can enjoy the West Virginia beautiful mountain countryside, like this.
Pretty out, sun setting. It's 5:45. Probably dark by 6:45 or 7.
So rolled into aid station 5, mile 78, and this was the cutoff point. You had to have lights with you, so if you guys didn't have lights and had to ride the paddy wagon back down after the aid station supporters left, I had lights with me, which meant I had to take the GoPro off. It's important to remember at aid station 5, you've got another climb up the killing fields before you get to Chestnut Ridge. So kept it moving with the goal of trying to get to Chestnut Ridge and even down before the sun set. Pushed on over here to the killing fields.
Killing field. Sun is setting. We're a mile, I don't know, 83 maybe, 82. My arse is on fire. All things considered, we're doing okay. Pulling up the rear here. There's maybe 5 or 6 guys behind me, but they're probably catch up soon. Oop. Got about, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes of daylight left, which means we are descending Chestnut Ridge with lights. I don't love that, but it's okay. We'll do our best. We'll take our time, and then hopefully I got enough in the tank from aid station 6 back up over the lower Hankey climb I did earlier into the house. All right.
So believe it or not, we made it to Chestnut Ridge with enough daylight to send it down Chestnut with enough daylight to get all the way down to aid station 6. As I mentioned, I dropped my GoPro off at aid station 5 as I knew the sun was setting. So here is a short clip of Chestnut Ridge. I'm sorry I didn't get more of it from a previous ride, just to give you a quick taste of what to look for if you're going down Chestnut Ridge after 85 miles of riding.
Oh, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Plenty of rocks, as expected. Whoa. Super overgrown. Can't see the trail. We are gonna take it mountains here. Nice and easy, don't hit that too much. Rocky. Trail is just rocks everywhere.
So obviously the actual ride that night looked a little bit more like this as the sun was setting, but we pushed through and got all the way down to almost aid station 6 before we had to put our headlights on. Unfortunately, no energy for footage left after that, and it's just a long slog back up Hankey Mountain to get across to Lookout Mountain and take it back to the campground on the fire road that comes through the backside into Stokesville campground. Here's a quick snapshot from Lookout Mountain right before that descent. And then we took it to the house, and I finished in 15 hours and 3 minutes, 6th to last. Proud to get it done and enjoyed it, but man, gotta remember the chamois butter on the rear ends. So here's the RELIVE video of the 100-mile race course. This is actually Jim's route as my watch died at mile 71 over the mountains here. Up over Narrowback and down, taking Tillman Road, up and around to the Lynn Trail, hike a bike to the Wolf Ridge. And there's our friend telling us about relative string theory. Down Wolf Ridge, back around to the gravel, which is Tillman, all the way over and around to aid station 2 and the start to the Hankey Mountain climb. So here we are at aid station 2. Again, a little bit more road, and then a dirt slash gravel slash single track climb to the top of Hankey Mountain. There's the crying tree, and we start the awesome Dowells draft descent down to aid station 3, where our buddy was having a tough time with his arm gash. Road ride on 250 to the Mountain House turn right here, and the hike a bike up Road Hollow. There's our climb to Bridge Hollow downhill to aid station 4. And that starts a little bit of road, but what is basically that left turn and the death climb up to the West Virginia border. Not quite there in that picture, but coming up, there's the left turn and around the death climb up to the West Virginia border. Sorry, a little ahead of myself. Here we are on the border looking into West Virginia towards aid station 5, still climbing. Getting ready to get your lights on as it's getting dark, depending upon what time it is. Killing fields up to Chestnut Ridge as sun was setting. Those are the killing fields there. There's Chestnut Ridge. And then we hang a left and then turn straight downhill, having a blast, a couple of overlooks, bombing down Chestnut Ridge to Skidmore Fork, which is going to be in the dark, crossing the creek and back up and over Hankey Mountain climb here to Lookout Mountain, and then bomb it down to the creek. All the way, not down to the creek, but down to the campground. And so an awesome route. That says 98.9 miles. I'm sure it was an actual 100 miles because darn it, we got it done. Awesome event. Great event from Shenandoah Mountain Touring. Had an awesome time. Thank you for all of the support from the volunteers. If you're doing it next year, I hope this video is helpful. You can get out there and find that flow.